Yesterday, I got accepted into a designer market that is happening tomorrow. Hi, I'm Nicholas Talamo, but my friends call me Nico. I'm a ceramicist based in Brooklyn, New York, and this channel is where I'm sharing the process of making my art and running my own studio. So today we're preparing for a pop-up that's happening in less than 24 hours. Let's do it. So the market tomorrow that I'm doing is going to be displaying some items that I made the last few weeks, and I'll go ahead and break them down for you. These are going to be my statement pieces for the show. And today the goal is to sand the bottoms so we can go ahead and make sure these are nice and smooth. So when you place them down and you move them, it's not going to scratch the table that it's on. So both of these guys, their feet need to be cleaned up and just polished a little bit. And that's going to be super easy. I also have some secondary bowls and plates that I'm going to be displaying. I will also be displaying homeware, so things like spoon rests. I'm also going to display some items like lamps that I've made in the past. So this is the base for a lamp, and I have a light and a light system that I can use to go ahead and display this box lamp that I made. A hole in the back for your cord. Nice drippy glaze. Looks very beautiful. I love this guy. Some more bowls with that same glaze combo. The dark blue, almost black, super reflective. I also have some things like ashtrays that have lighter holders in them. Chapstick holder, literally whatever you want. Put your chapstick in. Let your incense or your joint or your cigarette, your blunt, let it rest in there. I'll also be displaying this big bowl, another hero or statement piece. This one will probably be one of the more expensive items. It's pretty heavy. Definitely could have trimmed some more off of the foot, but nonetheless, I love her. So, you need to make sure you're wearing protection. You have a well-ventilated space. My air purifier and window is open. I got my sanding pads and different grits, and I am basically going to polish and sand the bottoms of all of these pieces in anticipation for the market tomorrow. And enjoy these sounds. Also, make sure your piece and the sandpaper are both wet. We're wet sanding. And that is incredibly smooth. I hope you enjoyed that. I now have 20 more pieces to get through. Think I can do it? Yeah. So I'm now about halfway. I only have about 2, 5, I have 6, 7 items left. About halfway. Let's keep going. Now it's time to create the signage for the market. In Photoshop, I am using a lettered size document, and I am creating a sliding scale for this market. It's going to be the first time I am offering a sliding scale, and I asked a bunch of my friends and studio mates on how I should do this, and I got a few recommendations, and here's what I came up with. Each piece is offered on a sliding scale to support access, sustainability, and community in mind. This means with no questions asked, you're allowed to pick whichever price feels the best for you. So if you need assistance in affording something, you're able to pick the lower price. However, if you're able to afford more and you're able to support me, you can go ahead and pick that higher price. So I am also creating a market guide for something for me and my partner to have at the booth tomorrow. Basically just like having an explanation for if certain questions that we receive. For example, if someone is asking about the price, each piece is offered on a sliding scale. You choose what feels right. You stop talking, you smile. If they continue to ask, you say most people choose the middle, but it's completely up to you. Smile, silence, holding your ground. And if for some reason they still do not understand, you can say it very clearly for them. It lets people choose what's accessible to them while keeping the work sustainable for me / if my partner says it, Nico. And then we just do not elaborate and we smile, and then we go to some busy work at our table while they continue to look. Created some talking points, things to say as guests are coming up. You can say pick them up, feel them in your hands, feel the weight. If they grab a bowl, for example, I could say, I think of the bowls as both functional and spatial. They're useful, but they also hold presence. Like this guy, I feel like the silhouette of the bowl is so strong, and then when you look inside of it, it is just so beautiful, and you're like, yep, I see the vision. And that's what I want people to see. So I have a guide for myself to read, my partner, just so we can go ahead and have a general understanding of what to say. So now I am going to do a demo setup for my market. I got my table. It's a little tight in here in my studio, but we are going to make it work. Okay, so I'm definitely thinking working with color on my side, like keeping the things that are similar near each other. So like for example, these two will be paired next to each other, like in a similar way. So I'm thinking the heavier ones go on the right, the lighter bodied stuff I'm gonna put on the left. Here's what I'm thinking so far for the table. It's definitely still a little crowded. It's not exactly how I want it to look. I feel it's still a little busy on the right hand side. This middle box, for example, I'm not too sure how to style it exactly. My friend's coming over later. She's really gonna help me edit and select down and really make this feel intentional, like ready for a designer luxury market. This market is supposed to be a designer pop-up. The idea is that I have luxury adjacent goods, so I need to make this look like a designer showroom. It needs to not have so many items and be more intentional. So after some lunch, a talk with my friend, here is what I'm thinking. The table feels definitely more relaxed. It's not as overwhelming visually. Things have space. The items can breathe. I was able to group things together so you have a general idea of what's happening. Here's one of my statement pieces with another small vases next to it. All of my blue glazes that I really love, they're all going to be grouped together so it's able to hold weight at the table. My signage feels right. That box that I was worried about is fixed and fits perfectly in the space, and it looks good on the table. Okay, I am done for the day. It is much later. It has almost been a 9-hour day for me, and it is time to go home. As you can see, it is dark, and it is now 6 p.m. Also, stream FKA Twigs if you have not already. Which one? You do?
I love that you're shooting.
Yeah, I'm like.
Just doing like.
At this point, the market is wrapping up. It has been a long day. As you can see, I'm still wearing my jacket. It was freezing in there, but nonetheless, I had a great time. And let's crunch these numbers. But before I'm able to crunch these numbers, let's go over some rules. One of my favorite YouTubers, her name is Whimsy Potts on YouTube. I love her so much. She's the first person who I saw say something like this, and I want to basically reiterate what she's saying. So the first rule is that if you're going to watch the next portion of this video, you have to respect what I'm going to say and the thoughts on what I made at this market. Understanding that you and I probably live in different states and different demographics, different economies, so our shoppers are probably different. So whatever you think about what I made or what I did not make, let's just be kind to each other and keep it to ourselves. And the second rule is please do not compare yourself to my numbers or any videos you see about pottery, because everything is different. People are going to interact with your work differently. So just don't be discouraged or put too much emphasis on it, okay? It's not that big of a deal. I'm new to this. This is technically only my third market ever. So my numbers are the rookie numbers, but let's break it down. As you can see, I only had 6 sales at this market, but before taxes and fees, I made a little over $200, basically meaning that my average profit for sale was roughly about $30. Could I have made more money? Yes, but there really weren't that many people there. However, the people that were there were amazing, and I got to meet so many new people, make so many new friends, and that's all that matters to me.
Those are